Everyone, welcome to the upper bracket semi-final. This is the High Council on the east side against Just Roll Beastmaster on the west side. So this is game one of a best of 5. Let's get into it, starting at 25 seconds to 1. So you can see everyone's rolls except for red. Give you guys a little look. Anything particularly interesting? Always good to see Grunt for yellow.
I think it's so interesting that both teams all start off with mine, right? Like we've got Corn with the mine, we've got VT with the mine, ASAP.
I mean, I've been seeing that more and more frequently with everybody. I know myself personally in first spot, I usually always go that first mine. I'd rather have an early look at what my other lane opponent is doing. Gives me just that little bit of an edge for when I can send. Like, do I need to get more melee units? Do I need to try to get a magic unit if I got it?
That's so interesting because like that was the meta like 2 years ago, right? Like you would get the mine ASAP. And then something happened where people were like, you know what? I'm not going to get the mine. I'm going to get the extra unit out and then get the mine. Like you see that a lot more too in like pub matches where people are waiting in that first spot. So it's interesting to see that in our tourney games, we're going back to like old strats, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like tried and true methods.
I'm a big fan of starting with the mine personally. I don't feel like you get that much out of the initial mid control, and a lot of the time you can try and cheat. You can try and cheat it even after going a mine, getting some sort of unit, maybe in the back corner or top back corner. Right, Paladin for lane 2 purple. Right. Now we got Zug
We're gonna see
Zug
these grunts
versus
fight through the
Zug
middle.
Zug
Yeah.
on lane 3. But looks like Boat's banking a bit of gold, setting up for potentially Tech Hero for next wave, while Highs is sent all his grunts. So obviously he's going to win this fight. We got a Mountain King for Corn on red. And got Pit Lord for VT. That's always a good hero to see in mixed, I think. I'm always happy with a pity. He scales super well, and he's not bad early.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
What do you guys reckon? Pit Lord versus Mountain King. Is that a good matchup
I
for
mean,
MK?
I think it definitely is. Mountain Kings got him, can definitely get him in the early game. For sure has him in the late game. For sure. I mean, especially if you go, like, if you build for it, go, I'd say definitely bash, Stormbolt, and just, because you're going to force that Pit Lord instead of doing 4 belts to do 3 so he can dodge the Stormbolt.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a bit of control against Pit Lord. But we see the Beastmaster from Graph. That is certainly one of the better heroes you can get.
So does this mean that they automatically win, right? Isn't like the meta right now, like you roll Beastmaster.
I'm pretty sure
and you win?
Beastmaster equals win. I think that's how it works.
Which is kind of ironic because isn't that their name too? Just roll Beastmaster.
Yeah,
You know?
more grunts from Highs, and Boat went for the hero, got a Blood Mage. Blood Mage is not bad. It's not my favorite hero, if I'm honest, but it's not bad.
Now the question is, did he get the hero too early? You know, I feel like especially when you have grunt versus grunt, it's almost worth it to keep going with the grunts.
I find myself, like, when I'm in a grunt mirror, I'll get caught in this, like, tunnel of just throwing grunts out there. Does that happen to you guys at all, ever?
No, because like usually what I'll start doing is like I'll do the grunts for like maybe 2 waves, and then I'll say to myself, okay, are there littler units I can have in the back line that can hopefully stack with the next wave that's coming?
At some point, it's time to stop building grunts. Unfortunately, everyone loves just building grunts. Oh, VT's Pit Lord's staying alive here for a long time. That is nice for him. Because that Pit Lord does so well with levels. And Lemon's favourite unit, the Dryad, stacking. And holy shit, we have a Walmart Demon Hunter. That is wild. This is like something you normally see in the pubs, but hey, it's gonna burn the ghouls down. It can't be that bad, right?
I don't know. I mean, I understand against the ghouls, but at the same time too, like, is there something else that he could do?
Same time too, there is a Beastmaster, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bear doesn't care, but hey, I don't know, it's pretty cool to see. Tell you what, this is early necros from highs.
More shaman though, right? Like, wouldn't more shaman be more cost efficient in the long run?
Early shaman though, that's like, but then again, for the dispel or the purge, if that's all you got.
I kind of like the shaman as well, just because they deal with the ghouls and they help us the Beastmaster, as opposed to the Cloak of Flames, which deals with the ghouls. But anyway, it's certainly interesting. Maybe if he's planning on getting like a gem or something as well. This Blood Mage stacking here from Boat is really nice because VT is already, I think, in a spot where he can win his lane or is winning his lane, especially with the level 2 pit. So just having that Blood Mage to get half a level of XP, make sure he wins, he's going to be pretty happy about that, both of them on West Aim, I imagine. But, as always, you leak into Beastmaster, you just give him his cooldown for the bear.
That is the worst when you're that lane cleaning up.
Yeah.
That bear is strong, very strong.
But, Graph, I don't want to call it a mistake. He did hit level 2 and skilled Hawk, so he doesn't actually have mana to summon his second bear. No pre-built pendant, so yeah, he summons the second Hawk instead. I don't want to call it a mistake per se, because the Hawk was good, but yeah. Yeah, it was just a this wave thing. But what do you think about the early necros from highs? I'm generally not a huge fan of tier 2 necros, personally.
Same, I have to agree there. I mean, they're good. I find they're good to delay things. They're not necessarily very good if you're if you need damage. They're not the ones to get, for sure.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, unless, you know, maybe I've got like an early level 3 on a Pit Lord or something, and I'm thinking that Frenzy sounds really good. It's, you know, it's
right,
working alright for him,
hunts.
But this Blood Mage is, you know, nearly stacking past the middle. There's a bit of a question about damage, but they scale bloody well, so it's not bad to have them. I mean, if you can still do well in your lane, and just have the scaling option, I think you're pretty happy.
I'm trying to look at Highs' army right now, and I'm looking at Boat Goblin's army, and that's pretty decent, but the Necromancers, I don't know. I'd like to see what other stuff he has in his role. That Blood Mage is just going to tear through Highs' grunts, the skeletons.
See the Sentinel upgrade coming out from Taco now, so it doesn't need to spend any money on detection, or any money on a gem rather for detection. You can just use the Huntress upgrade. I would have.
I think the archers are interesting. Like, he has 3 archers. Boat does. Do you see that?
Yeah, he does. I imagine it's to just help him kill the casters was his thought. But with obviously having spell breakers in your role as well, might have been a tier 1 sort of solution, but it's a bit of a stack coming, because that Beastmaster just didn't quite die in time. Oh, but that is a nice flame strike. Oi! Take it back, it's not really a stack anymore, is it? That flame strike was fucking juicy. Oi, oi. This Pit Lord, yeah, just dinging level 3. That Pit Lord's honestly really scary already. That's inside 10 minutes. It's hit level 3. Hasn't really lost any waves. As like an opportunity cost of getting the scaling hero early. It's losing a wave now, obviously, but wasn't punished with getting a good scaling hero by losing early per se. So I think VT's feeling pretty happy going into a bit of a longer game at the moment.
I don't know. I would kind of be worried going into a longer game against a Mountain King myself. That's just...
And then they have the Necros, too, on the third lane.
Right. I mean, late game, yeah, definitely.
It's true, and I suppose even Beastmaster Stampede is terrifying. I don't know, I'm a huge fan of Pit Lord, though, for these longer games. He starts scaling up and it just almost solves the whole ground fight by himself.
The roar alone, I mean, my goodness.
This is potentially a nasty stack, though. The statue not dying. Statue is a very nasty unit to stack.
MVP.
But we'll see if it can make the difference. I think it will be making the difference here. Because these Necros on the enemy side of the map, definitely not as scary as Necros on your side of the map. That is to say, if you got Necros on yellow, you want to be fighting near your tower over here. You don't really want to be fighting near the enemy tower. Yeah, this Blood Mage is like halfway to level 5 already. So Boat might start thinking about a second hero fairly quickly. Either the level 5 or level 6, because after level 6, the Blood Mage doesn't really get any better.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Usually, like, when my Blood Mage hits about level 5, level 6, I go all stats. I don't even worry about the mana drain. I don't even know what the new skill is that he's had since the last patch. Like,
yeah, it's a mana transfer, so it gives something else mana.
Yeah, he transfers it over.
But I would rather just have mana for more flame strikes.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. So, he'll spend more time doing flame strike instead of like mana transferring, mana burning, whatever. Throw like some robe, one robe, corruption orb, and a gloves of haste on him. Dude, he's like a turret.
I'll do the orb sometimes, honestly. That's normally about all I'll do. At least personally.
I just think of him as like a I don't want to say like a throwaway hero, but kind of like he's
he
early.
just does his thing, doesn't need a lot of investment.
For your second hero, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to invest a lot of money into him.
Oh yeah, second hero. Like first hero, I get him like, okay, I'll get through the early.
Got the Chimera coming out for Khorne, but yeah, that statue stack was brutal. It completely just ended the tower. Yeah. And yeah, these level 3 flame strikes, basically cleaning out anything that's got less HP than a unit on Q, and it's almost killing those hunts as well. You know what is good at cleaning up low HP ground units? Fucking Pit Lord Cleave. As well as Huntresses, I guess.
Very true.
Yeah, and I mean, with the Fiend and 4 Dryads, like, VT has no problems against 1 or 2 Chimera. There start to be lots of Chimera? Yeah, there'll start to be a problem, but at the moment, especially with that extra influx of gold from hitting the tower, and as you can see, second mine on VT, he's not going to have any problems with small numbers of Chimera. And you can see him moving back right now, so he wants to fight Khorne's army a bit further away from the main base, which is understandable, because besides his Pit Lord, he doesn't have a lot of damage. Especially against air units, his damage is pretty limited. So I think I like that decision. Anyway, you can see everyone of the West team just roll Beastmaster going second mine. Second mine for red and yellow. Graffin's at the moment on teal, still saying on single mine. But potentially a bit of a stack here. We've got the Destroyers from teal staying alive, as well as the Kodo. But these archers from boat, He can kill the destroyer at least. Destroyers, rather.
I don't know. I think that the archers are too early. Like, I like archers, but I keep seeing more and more people getting them too soon. Like, I feel like they're good, like, late game stacker units, you know?
I agree. They are a very expensive, like, early to mid game unit. They're really expensive.
I
Unless,
guess
of course, you
just
have
there
like
we
the
saw
hippos, right? If you've got the hippos, then it's like, well, okay, well, I'll get them now because I can always change them later.
just there we saw the matchup for Mountain King into the Pit Lord with a bit of a stack, so a bit of extra damage on the Pit Lord, but he was that Pit Lord was basically controlled the entire fight until he died, so it's that Mountain King putting in some work. But we'll see if the stack can keep up here. Being said, I believe Taco, yeah, on purple, still actually cannot hit destroyers. I know he's got 2 archers, but that's all that can hit destroyers, and that's not enough.
And it's a shame we can't see what else he has, too. Because he
It's a
is
shame.
tier 3, so it's like... Oh, okay, here... See... So I think he should have gotten the archers earlier versus, like, Boat getting these archers. I feel like it was a little fast, you know what I mean?
Yeah, potentially. This Blood Mage just dinged 6 here, got out his Phoenix, and yeah, we do see the second hero. We see a Mountain King for a Boat. So that's honestly a really nice anti-ground little duo there between Thunderclap and level 3 Flamestrike. Necros are always a challenge to deal with, but I feel like this hero pairing is going a decent way
without
towards
a doubt. I wouldn't even worry about the Necros with those 2 heroes. Like,
It's not quite Pit Lord Panda, but it's pretty good. Alright, level 5 for the Pit Lord here of VT. This is basically an even fight, so we'll see how we go. Say it's basically even, but we have still got that Phoenix just resurrecting, and that Phoenix does a lot of damage.
isn't it AoE as well?
Yeah, it does do some AoE. But yeah, again, that Mountain King is really just able to handle that Pit Lord pretty well. Now, to be fair, VT's only got 1 belt on him, so he hasn't invested huge amounts of money into the Pit Lord yet. There we go. Just seen a gem on that pit from VT. He really wants it just to survive.
Thinking, if he builds on his Pit Lord, he's going to prompt the Mountain King to build, and I'm pretty sure VT would side with me when the Mountain King wins against Pit Lord. I'm pretty sure.
I think the matchup is good for the MK, yeah, or at least the MK has tools. But the other thing that would be worth saying is, you know, VT with his Huntresses, and don't get me wrong, Huntresses are good, but a little bit less single target damage than most of the other Q units, so it can be sometimes a bit difficult to kill those stacked heroes if all you got is Huntresses.
And stacked heroes would be the last thing that I want to be against right now.
Yeah. That is a nice Paladin res there. It's going to be a lot of leaks into that tower. Or into that main base, rather. Bit of damage, and we see the Bloodlust coming out now. On the stack. And again, that Blood Mage. Big level 3 Flamestrike. This Blood Mage is honestly carrying pretty hard at the moment. You see
Yeah, and
the
I think
10 health Witch Doctor surviving, and that's it.
I think he needed to have moved all of his units up too.
Yeah, Graph at the back here, so he gets to not really fight the Pit Lord so much, but that main base is getting pretty low. There's not a lot of room left there. Tell you what, this Beastmaster just hit level 5. It hasn't been that big of an issue this game, just in terms of where the fights have happened. Beastmaster hasn't really had a chance to either eat some leaks, get double summons, get XP. Hasn't really had a chance to get in a big stack either, so hasn't been the most impactful Beastmaster this game, really.
Wait until he gets level 6. That may change things.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, see the orb on this stacked Paladin now, so that'll give him a lot more power against destroyers. as well as some Hippogriff Riders. So,
I think Taco just solved his destroyer issue with the orb on the Paladin. Honestly, that's all it took.
yeah, it's still a bit low on the damage side of things, but it will just make the destroyers hit the Paladin, and they are really
Right.
bad at killing heroes.
Exactly. And so he just negated the destroyer so he can work on getting some more stuff out to take care of the ground.
Yeah.
Which, if I were. Oh, I can't see what he's got.
Unfortunately
See,
not.
it's bothering me that Graph's here is like so far back. I feel like he just needs to push his stuff up more.
Yeah, I wonder if they should be trying to
I don't know why
stack
I'm like
on
so focused on
highs the
that. Like, I
Necro
want
lane
him to push his
potentially.
units up.
I'm thinking he just really wants to fight VT in the base, because that Pit Lord is scary and he is not good at dealing with it. Without that base tower, I think he has a really bad time against the Pit Lord.
Well, what does he have to kill it?
At the moment, it's the fortress more than anything else.
Exactly, so.
Yeah, if we look at his role, he's got Tauren for his Z unit, but they are useless into purple. So see, Taco's pretty strong, but his damage output isn't the greatest, so he's consistently leaving behind, maybe the Kodo, maybe a destroyer or two, but his army's tanky. It's hard to deal with this paladin, so he is doing well. If I was him, though, I would be thinking, or I would really be trying to just add a little bit more damage. Potentially getting some upgrades, not sure where he's at with those.
See, now that you mention that, I forgot about upgrades. Like, I have a horrible, horrible problem with that myself, personally.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like, recently I've been getting better at it. Like, I usually, around 15 minutes in game time, try to be 1-1. But, like, it takes discipline.
Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it just feels like you can get the upgrades in the middle of the fight and it'll change the fight. But yeah, that's the game.
The damage done by both.
Oh, it's going to be high. There's definitely a carry from Orange. Yeah, look at that. Wow.
Blood Mage, man.
Mental. Alright, that's game 1. Game 2, loading it up.
Hold on, I need a moment to load this.
Yeah.
Give me one moment here.
I'll just pause it 24 seconds here. We can all jump in together. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, 24, right? I'm ready.
Alright, 3.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Alright.
All right, I'm loaded. 6 seconds.
Let us know.
I'm at 24 seconds.
3, 2, 1. Game 2. So, Game 2, the High Council versus Just Roll Beastmaster. Just Roll Beastmaster on the West team here is up 1-0 in this best of 5. Alright, so we got Grunts again from Boat Goblin. I imagine he's happy with that. I love Grunt. Grunt from Corn.
Yeah, Grunts and
Grunt from Graph.
Graph says them.
So,
Twenties
alright.
for hides.
everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
East team has 2 grunts. West team potentially only has 1 grunt, so does that mean East team just wins? Is that how the game works?
nope. VT's got something planned. He skipped. This is generally how I open as well.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of lane 1. Personally, I'm a fan of trying to sneak a Q into one of the back corners, but I think you got a lot of options.
I think second slot, you have a ton of options to open, especially if you got like an air unit like gargoyles or something. Like you can do some really sneaky stuff as a second player.
For
Problem
sure.
though is if you rush Gargs, right, then it's like, well, what do you do your second wave, right? Like you're gonna win the first wave, but then the second wave, like you've already invested so much money in going tier 2.
You need a good follow.
You
You
know.
need a good follow up with it.
Yeah, like for example, like if let's pretend Taco here rush Gargs, like he would then continue to lose 2, 3, possibly 4, because he's got the grunts, right? So like you win the first wave because you know you get across the line, but then obviously your opponent's gonna get some sort of archer unit, right?
This is an interesting
Oh
start
yeah,
from
sure,
highs.
but
Sork and
you just
Pitlord.
have to go gently with the Gargs. I mean, I'm not saying put out 2, 3 of them. Start with 1. You're gonna make your opponent have to deal with that. Plus,
I don't know.
chances pretty high that you're gonna win middle.
So from my experience with this tournament, I've had a couple people try to rush Gargs on me, and it was like, okay, you've done this, and then they never won the lane then after that because they couldn't come back from it. They invested too much too early.
It is that good though.
Yeah,
Like I
and
think
that's
it
the
works in
important part.
pubs. I think it works in pubs, but I don't think it works in these situations like these tourney games where people know what they're doing.
I think it's. I don't mind it personally. I think you can make it work, but you tend to go back into your tier 1 units pretty early, so there's not always like a ton of upside to it. Because you go tier
Oh
2
yeah,
for
definitely not
fast
the
Garg,
best
and then you just
open.
go back into tier 1, because you can't mass Gargs just straight off the rip. I think that's like a pretty vanilla statement to make. Alright, these might be some big lightning shields here. These grunts. Oh wow, that's a miss. Look at this one grunt. Just sniping a shaman, eating a lightning shield. Oi. Shaman living on 5, but yeah. That aggro was... Wow, Graffins is a lucky little boy, hey. Holy.
He is. My gosh.
Alright. Got a Death Knight
He
for
just
boat.
doing work. This is
We got
gonna
a
be interesting
Tinker
here.
for Corn, and look at that from Corn. 2 mines at 3 minutes with Grunt
Yeah, that's
Tinker.
really early for him. So
That is
early for him.
extremely early. So I think he's decided that, like, I've got Grunt Tinker. I believe he saw the Priestess. I'm up against Priestess, which is a weak early hero. I've got Tinker, great early hero. I've got Grunt, great early unit. I think he thinks that he can win his wave with 2 mines. And I think he might be right.
That'd be a big payoff.
Wow. Oh, and he's toggling the Pocket Factory. Look at him go.
Yeah, such a good boy. Honestly, such a good boy.
Alright, here he comes. Gonna drop a house.
Because you know if he wasted that Pocket Factory on like 2 or 3 units on the tower, he
Oh
would
my
be
gosh.
hearing so much shit from his mates, as he should be. But yeah, look at this. That Pocket Factory just spits out so much HP. And the Priestess is just not having that much of an impact in these early fights. Yeah, that's a 2-mine lane
We're
win.
gonna get a second factory.
No, there's no way. The cooldown's pretty long on that. Would have been brutal if so. Right, we got a Fairy Dragon from Graph. Very early.
That's gonna be effective. And he's got the statue. It's gonna mitigate the lightning shield a little bit.
Yeah. That Fairy is unkillable at the moment for Taco.
And he's got middle. This is good.
Yeah, and he's potentially forced out. I'm not sure if Boat had this headhunter already, but it might have been a response to this fairy dragon. Which, if so,
I
is
think it was a response to the fairy
you're
dragon.
very happy about that as highs, because
Oh,
that
yeah.
that headhunter isn't doing a lot otherwise.
Oh man, and it changed targets too. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
Wow.
real shame. Real shame.
yeah, it was there to kill the fairy. It didn't even
The
kill the
fairy
fairy. That feels pretty bad.
Hmm.
And yeah, when and this must feel great for Korn as well, because his team is winning, so his enemy gets a little weaker. Like this Howl debuff is still hanging around. And, you know, he's just playing with
keeps
his two
massing at
mines,
this
just
point,
scaling.
yeah. My goodness.
Level 2 on
Once
his
he
Tinker.
gets going, that's going to be a lot to stop.
Yeah, it's a good amount of extra money. You can see he's all the way back with his Tinker, which makes sense, because Tinker is very slow at doing damage. So you tend to want to fight a little bit closer to your side of the map, otherwise you can risk not quite being able to kill all your opponent's units. Just because the damage output from Tinker comes out pretty slowly. So I like that he's all the way at the back. I do like that. We see the same
Got
from
a lot
Gruffins.
of healing from Graphs here with these
Yeah.
priests.
Priest statue, same story as the Tinker. Makes sense to go all the way at the back. And that roll from Graffins, by the way, look at that roll. Grunt,
Good.
statue, priest, breaker,
Oh my
fairy
God,
if you like
Frost
fairy,
as well.
MG, tank worm. Oi, oi.
What does he not have? He's missing talents. Like,
And a hero. He's missing a hero too.
wow.
Just wait till he gets the hero. I wonder what he gets.
It is an incredible roll. And you can see, yeah,
Roll.
with so much healing, this statue just stays alive. Yeah, he might have left a shaman alive, but that statue, you'd take that over stacking a shaman every day of the week. Especially with the Spirit Walkers sharing the damage evenly with their link. Means that AoE healing from the statue is just
gonna have
disgusting.
Really hard time. He's got what? He's got his ghouls and shaman against grunt, priest, statue, and the fairy dragon. Like, what do you do if you're Taco at this moment with what you have? Like, because that is ineffective. That's not enough.
I want to know
Would
what
you
his,
go more ghouls or?
his W is.
I think you hope your team can bail you out here, honestly, because it's
Like,
it's a bit of a
he's
rough one.
Yeah.
It's kind of causing Bo to, like, you know, be weaker too, because he's investing more and more money into these headhunters.
But still, Boat has got the Death Knight, so you always feel like when you got one of those move speed auras that there might be a way back in.
Especially later. There's always hope when you got one of those, for sure.
It's a big leak, though. I think there was only like one grunt killed there.
Yeah, it's his whole army.
On
So
the
Boat's got a lot of
hippos,
work here.
Yeah, he's investing so much money to kill this one fairy dragon. That's not even from his lane. Oh,
But
gosh.
it is
Right,
gonna
my goodness.
potentially
Sucks.
start splitting Hyze's
It'll
army. So have a
split.
look at this. That Pit Lord is coming into tower range by himself.
Okay, not a bad move.
He's still gonna do some damage though.
Oh yeah. I think it's too much damage on Boat's army. Potentially. Oh, but this
Well,
Death
we
Knight
got
is
a
hard to
mini
kill
stack.
now. There's
Mini
only
stack.
casters. And these headhunters, yeah, that was a good play from Boat. That hippo split.
Yeah, it was.
Very rough. And Hyze obviously didn't quite have the money, or didn't quite manage to get the talent upgrade to brick those hippos quickly enough. Okay, we see an Orb of Darkness from BT here. What do you think about that into Tinker? Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it into Tinker. I feel like you just spend a lot of
I don't
time
like
hitting the
it.
little summons, which
Right.
won't give
I
you a
don't like it
skeleton.
either.
He's against grunts. I think it would have been smarter to get the corruption orb if you're going to get any kind of orb.
100%. But in,
As you can
in
see,
his
he didn't
defense
actually
right now,
manage to kill any of these grunts, I don't believe. Certainly didn't get
No.
any skeletons. And again, this whole time, Korn is chilling here with his double mines. So don't get me wrong, very, very strong early game roll from Korn, but So it's not surprising that he's winning the early, but I do think that second mine, that fast second mine, was a good play. He's just making a lot of bank. He's letting himself scale, and he's still winning his lane.
Let's see if see if we can get the split again here. Now he's going into the
Heiser's got
statues and the priests. Ooh, this is gonna be tough.
Messy.
And Heiser's
Yeah.
got a griffin now, so those hippogriffs, they're not going to be able to run past his army anymore. They're going to get stuck fighting this griffin.
Yeah, Boat Goblin has to figure something out now.
And this Pit Lord, he's now hit level 3, got double belt. So it's gonna be a bit of a challenge, especially because Pit Lord's an undead, so you can't death coil him to try and nuke him down with your Death Knight. That is not an option. Alright. But maybe this priestess can get a couple of skeletons off these casters here from the Orb of Darkness. And that might potentially make some difference here.
I don't know. The Tinker is just gonna. The Skellies are so damaged and whittled. By the time Tinker gets there, one rocket and they're all gone. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's closer, but no, not quite enough. Even under the tower where the Tinker does not like fighting. We'll see though. Does this factory cause problems for Teal? No, not quite. Thought Teal was almost going to be fighting under the tower there. Not quite though. You see, Graf has managed to get to tier 3, get his inner fire, and get a frostworm out. While Taka's still stuck in tier 2. And Graf's got his second mine. Heiser's got his second mine. Oop. Wacky camera control, my bad. So yeah,
well, we are at about the 12-minute mark.
Yep. So we got 3 more mines for East team than we have for West.
What I don't understand about Taco's army is, I understand why he got all these druids to the Talon, right? Because he's against the grunts, but he's not killing the fairy dragon. He's not toggling either.
He's got a headhunter and he's got an orb on his dreadlord now, as well as those hippos, so should start to be able to kill it. Yeah, this is a challenge. Again, it feels a little bit like it's up to Boat. If he can maybe get some of these necros he's got stacking with VT's army.
Maybe, but once again, we still have this issue of these fairy dragons and just.
Yeah, it's
I would
difficult.
like to see VT get some more talons out personally. I think that you got the magic damage and the fairy fire for the grunts against Korn's gargoyles. There's not the fairy dragons will force Korn to actually start to change up to do something, show the rest of his role, instead of letting the grunts just roll that lane.
Yeah, potentially. There's a lot of air on Korn now.
He's not toggling, so they're all just getting wiped out by the fairy dragon.
Oh my goodness! I just
See
saw
that?
that as you mentioned that. Oh,
So this happened the previous wave too. It's a decent army setup, but your army's not going to perform if it's just dying to one fairy dragon, you know?
I missed that. I was too
gosh.
busy looking at the third mine from Korn
Well, it
and
happened-
from Graf.
Wait,
So-
what third mine?
my
Yeah.
goodness! Oh my!
Jesus.
And a free third mine, so a third
At
mine where you don't lose
14
any
minutes.
waves because of
Oh
it.
my!
Wait, okay,
On
Graf has one
Graffin's roll,
too. Graf has
terrifying.
a third mine as well. Oh my gosh.
And a
Both
free
of them.
third mine with Graffin's roll, that's terrifying, because that roll doesn't really
Yeah.
lose to anything.
I don't know how they're going to come back from this.
I don't know. I still feel like if I'm VT, I'm building just talons, and that alone, talons and hippos at this point.
I gotta
And
agree, the
maybe more
talons do look
necros.
pretty good here.
I would say more necros. You
Right,
just
but
need
I would
more
want
bodies.
more. I would want more in the air before I start building more on the ground.
But
Especially
I
with
think you can't get more in the air because right now Korn has control of the air. So at this point, you might as well just mass necros and get both the mages out there too to help with the air, because you're not going to win the air at this point. It's all on the ground.
If I'm honest, I think it's time to sell this Orb of Darkness. That's a lot of air from Corn. That priestess is going to be hitting the air. You tried it, it didn't work. I think it's going to
Okay, let's see
continue
how
to
this
not work.
goes for
Cut
Get your
loss.
Taco
200
here.
gold
Yeah.
and see if you can change it
Man,
up
now
off
he's.
that.
Oh, come on.
There's 3 Frostworms
Come
with
on.
+1 attack, and those
Against
Talons are
Frost,
doing a
there's
little
going to be too
bouncy.
much, I think. With the inner fire, the healing, the priest. Oh my gosh, that is so difficult.
It's close
So
though.
close though.
This Dreadlord is doing work. Oh, when he lives. Never mind, just about died. Again, so like, there's a little bit of
we've got
backline.
tanks. Boats got tanks. Okay, that's interesting.
Mm.
Ooh, that's going to change things.
1 tank?
Hopefully,
Not
right for them, or maybe
one
not.
tank
Maybe
is not
next
enough.
wave. Maybe next
yet.
wave. Or
But
next.
yeah, next wave
On
indeed.
his next sin.
And obviously, Hyze has got Destroyer Griffin, so he hasn't got the big Chimera or Frostworm that can really just eat those tank missiles for a long time. Destroyers and Griffins will actually fall over to those.
But he's got raiders.
Yeah.
And the Pit Lord. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's worried
Not
about the
looking good.
tank. I would
Yeah.
stop building the air, but I wouldn't be worried about the tanks.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe another belt on the Pit Lord at this point, and then some raiders. That's what I would do, probably.
This Dreadlord is doing quite well in terms of levels now. Level 6 Dreadlord is very powerful.
The Carrion Swarm is ridiculous. Level 3? Jeez.
Yeah, Graffin's with a couple of giants out now, though, is quite scary. That taunt makes a big difference. Graf's army is... Oh, it's hard to deal with. It's really hard to deal with.
And he's got 3 mines, like... Good luck, man.
I don't think Firelord is terrible, but God, imagine if he had like a top tier hero as well.
Like an Archmage or Lich or
Yeah.
shit, man.
Panda now from Korn. That's a pretty good second hero. I'd be happy if I was him. Just checking if
I'm
we got
never
second
not
heroes
happy
anywhere
when I
else.
get a Panda.
Yeah, it kind of just does everything pretty well. This is a pretty big stack now. I think this might be tower, because VT's army is on the weak side. And yeah, he did sell the Orb of Darkness, got an Orb of Corruption. I think that was a good decision. I don't think the Orb of Darkness was, I don't know, I don't like it into Tinker anyway. I feel like your hero's just going to hit the Clockwork summons too often, and those don't give you skeletons, but I think it was good that he recognized it was
Grunts.
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
stop
like it into
working.
Grunts either. Grunts are just, you just don't build them fast enough. Like the
Yeah.
skeletons.
I think it can
think
work into Grunt,
that's
but I
wrong
agree
word.
it's probably worst into Grunt out of all the Q units.
Especially
if I'm
because
against
how many grunts he
ghouls.
made.
Footmen, yeah, sure. Hunts even sometimes, but Grunts,
Yeah,
I don't
depending
really.
on. Yeah, not grunts.
It was a bit of a shame for Taco. He got his level 6 Dreadlord, which is really strong, but it was on a wave where there's a big stack, so he's not going to be able to use that Infernal to actually, like, push out. Potentially wouldn't be able to anyway, because Graffin's army is
Oh,
so strong.
we got the volcano.
Yeah, that volcano will be nasty on the stack. It's just, you know, it
Oh, and here's
doesn't
the
do
fairy
an
dragons.
incredible amount of damage, but
Mm.
it's going to make those Frostworms really hard to kill.
I don't think that. Man.
Alright, I don't care what anyone says. The MVP of this game was Graf's fairy dragons. Hardcore
Oh,
MVPs.
oh yeah.
Do a little
But then
mind check.
again,
That is 4
All we
mines on
needed
Corn
was
Maze.
some toggling.
Yeah.
I think Corn might
Which,
be
I
having
mean,
a
we
little
saw
bit
him
too
try,
much
I
fun
think.
this game. But you know what? You're allowed to go 4 mines if you don't lose because of it.
Wait, he went 4 mines? No.
Nuh-uh.
He did. He went 4 mines. When did I miss this? Shut
I
up.
told you, I think he's having a little bit too much fun now. But hey,
Oh my
it's
god, the disrespect.
Wow.
It's gonna work.
Jesus. Oh
Wow.
my god. Oh my Atlanta. What a game.
VT still at 1. Oh man.
Yeah.
If only he knew. Oh,
Yeah, look, this one's pretty over.
When he finds out and watches the replay
oh
and
yeah.
sees the 4
Oh
mines,
yeah.
It's
He's
just-
sending him a message immediately.
I think I
I'll
kind of
tell
think
you
I would
what.
cry. I think I'd just take a break. Be like, you know,
I
what?
like
Done for a while,
after it
guys.
was. I like it's 4 mines just after getting smacked because they got smacked game 1. Game 2, he comes back, builds, says fuck it, builds 4 mines. Like that's got to get your mental back on track.
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
100%.
redemption game. Yeah.
Right, this one's looking
the
pretty
question is,
dunzo,
like-
so I'm going to take a minute or two's break. I'll be back shortly.
What happens in game 3 now? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so we saw VT, Boat, and Taco win the first one. We saw them win the second one. Like, oh man.
It's gonna be good. The
It is
4
gonna be
mines.
good.
I can't get over that.
I can't either. Do you think that VT knows that he got 4 mined? Oh my god.
I don't know. He does now.
Oh well, maybe he doesn't. Like, maybe he hasn't watched the replay yet.
I don't know. VT's a pretty
Yeah.
big nerd. He probably did.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Do you watch your replays like after you lose a game? You, like, go
No.
back?
No.
I don't either. I just like live in my fantasy delusional world where I'm like, no, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't me. It was my team, right?
I always ask VT. I'm like, hey, what could I have done different? He watches
mean,
them for me.
After watching this game, I don't know, man.
Yeah, like this isn't the VT that it used to be.
You know what though? Maybe it's because they won the first game so fast. Like he got cocky. So he got cocky and like excited and probably thought, oh, this is going to be an easy roll through. And then we see Corn roll a great roll. We see, you know, Graphs here just, my god.
That or maybe he saw Graph's roll and was like, fuck it, I'm winning my lane, and if I start to leak, Graph can like clean it no matter what. I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah, these fairy dragons, they're just, he's not toggling. He's not toggling at all. He's just giving up. At least I hope. I hope he's stuck. If he's toggling, oh my gosh. Oh. Sorry, Taco. Yeah, poor Boat. He's trying to put the team in his bag right now.
And then that pit lord is just
Like he
doing
has the
pit lord
solutions, there's
things.
just too much. There's just way too much for him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Righty, I'm
I
back.
hate to see it.
Boat
You
almost
hate to
got
see
the
it.
push out.
No, he didn't almost get the push out. But like he
Oh.
does have the solutions to kind of everything that's going on, but the problem though is he doesn't have the numbers, right?
Yeah,
like
it's just
the stacks
too
are
much,
just too heavy. It's just too heavy.
and there's too much gold.
Yeah, even this Priestess of the Moon all like
I think
It's way
this is
too
gonna
weak.
be the doom push
yeah,
here.
this is it. This is it. God,
Yeah, that's
4
far too
mines.
much.
Jesus. I can't get
I'm
over
not
that. Like
letting
just
VT live that down.
ah.
I respect that from Corner. I like that. That's funny. I'm totally gonna do it as well. Maybe.
For the memes.
Not later, right? Please don't do that later because we don't know who we're playing.
Look at that gold. 98, 94, 92 versus 82,
Oh
83, 84.
my.
That is
That's so
1,000
much more
gold across the board on each player.
Almost two compared to VT.
Yeah.
Ugh, you hate to see it.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I like that. Alright, jumping into game 3. So we're currently 1-1 between the two. We'll just go to the same like 20 odd seconds. Alright, I'm just paused at 25, so let us know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I'm not ready. So I guess
It's
the
alright,
question
Lemon.
for
We'll
this
wait for
game
you.
too is like,
It's alright,
vacation.
Lemon.
I'm
We'll
almost
wait
there.
for you.
The question for this game is gonna be like, how many mines are we going? You know?
I don't think there's no way he's gonna do 4 mines again. That we won't see that anymore.
Okay, we're at 24, right?
Yeah. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you think we'll see 3 mines this game?
Maybe. Alright.
Okay, let's look at these rules. Okay, so that's a fun roll from Graphs. Like, I like that. He's
Basically
basically
undead.
undead.
Job's done.
Okay.
Undead with
Hyde's got
the
the
other net unit.
fairy dragons.
I like
More
Heiser's
MVP
roll.
units in the game. Yeah.
Heiser's
However,
roll.
I do know that
It's
Boat does know how to toggle. So if he
Hmm.
does get the fairy dragons. We were actually talking about this last night where Boat was like, I'm like top 5 toggler. And I was like, all right. So like this will be the test of it. Like, can you toggle? Sorry.
Heiser's roll is potentially very defensive, like priest, breaker, fairy, mountain
Yeah.
giant, destroyer. So you can really like play on your side of the map quite well with that potentially.
A lot of
Let me see,
potential to
all
stack
3 players
things.
for
Mhm.
High Council have ghouls.
A blessing
Okay, so
or
no 3
a
gold mine here,
curse.
right?
Well, not yet. I mean, the cooldown is still going. See, both teams skipping from
Straight heroes.
lane 2. Yeah, indeed.
Okay, left side, straight heroes all the way through. All 3 of them.
And this one little ghoul from Khorne is making East team a lot of money. Alright, lane 2, it's going to be a Dreadlord against a Crypt Lord. And lane 3, it's going to be a Pit Lord against
Pit versus
a
pit.
Pit
Oh,
Lord.
that's so fun.
And they both have ghouls.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to watch this.
So
I'll tell
Bo
you
should win
what.
this first one because he's got the 2 ghouls and he's gonna get the terror.
Tell you what, Heis has not
Right.
got a lot of damage in the air. He's got talons which can kill enemy air potentially. But if I'm looking at Heis's roll, yeah, I know I've got mountain giants who can make the Pit Lord walk around a bit, but I'm a little bit scared of a late game Pit Lord.
Yeah, if push comes to shove, you can always use Whirlwind.
We got a Beastmaster on Khorne, and he could have gotten a double bear here, but I believe he's holding on to that skill point because Blue skipped wave 1, BT skipped wave 1. I think he just wanted to make sure he wasn't going to be playing against an air rush where he'd really want either the Quillbeast or potentially the Hawk.
Definitely a safe choice. I probably would have done the same against VT here.
I think I
Sneaky.
would have been too tempted by the double bear, but honestly, wave 1 you probably don't need double bear. Single bear is enough on the, well, wave 2 rather, on the second wave. Yeah. So Crypt
Got
Lord
some
and
good heroes
Huntresses
here.
against Dreadlord's Ghoul.
Yeah, this
But
is
this
gonna be a
Crypt
really
Lord
interesting matchup with
took
these heroes.
so much damage this wave. It's the Impale, which is going to be pretty good against the Ghouls. They tend to stack up a lot. Anyway, I think the tower will basically even these waves out. So it should be a pretty much fair fight for lane 3, which is good.
Oh, we have dryads.
Yeah,
I don't
Dryads.
think that's going to be enough, though.
Dryads, the best
But
unit
against
ever.
the shaman, that might help. They're the worst unit. You know how I feel about those dryads. Oh my god.
But then again, you do have the slowing effect from the giant attack also.
Yeah. It's not enough.
Mm.
Heis has got this.
Yeah.
That Pit Lord is just a little bit too hard to kill. And even though it was a fair fight, Boat's Pit Lord still got bounced around a little bit by having the aggro, got sent to the back, and then it took a long time for him to get his howl off, where Heis's Pit Lord did it immediately. So even though
And
he
they
didn't
both
really
have
take
howl?
damage
They
from
both have howl. Yes.
even though it didn't really take damage from the leaks, it's still the positioning change was still pretty difficult for him, I think. Why is Korn almost losing this fight? Nope. I thought it was a second mine. Yeah, VT managing to get the better end of a Beastmaster even early on, so that's good on him, honestly. And stacking this
Yeah,
Blood
that's
Mage,
just-
like, this is a
ooh.
lot of XP for this Blood Mage. This is
Yeah.
probably getting him to level 2 here once that Dreadlord dies. And that's so nice
And
for him.
once he gets that level 2 Flame Strike, you're a lot more comfortable going into the middle game.
Oh, 100%. Like, the
Do you
level
think he's
2,
gonna
it
get
doesn't do a
remixed?
lot here, but still, you're happy to have it. Every little bit helps.
Like, if I am Corn Mage right now, I am, like, next wave, I'm killing that Blood Mage, no matter what. That's priority one. We can't let that get out of control, especially with ghouls.
It's a pretty fair fight on
Love
lane
it.
3.
I love it. I like when there's mirrors because then it's like, who is the better player? Because you have the same units, you know.
Right, now we're gonna get the double bear coming out from Korn. No, didn't summon it. Turned it off because he wants to just get skeletons with his Orb of Darkness instead.
Yeah.
I mean, VT's got a lot of ghouls, so that Orb of
He's got
Darkness,
a
it can
ton
definitely
of
do work.
ghouls.
And it's doing work this wave because he got a few skeletons
is.
early from Orange's Leaks. And I'll tell you what,
Look
this
at that.
is a big stack now. I'm not
That's a lot
sure.
of skeletons.
I'm not sure that Taco beats the Leaks from Korn here.
I feel like Korn's army is stronger than when it came out,
It kind of is.
right? With these little skellies, like, what's he gonna do here?
Yeah, Orb of Darkness is one of those things. It can really swing a game sometimes if you get it in the right
Depending on what
position at
you're
the right
against.
time.
Like, it's
Just not
working
against
here
friends.
because it's
Yeah, for
against
sure.
the ghouls, and
It's not always good, but sometimes when it's good, it can be like really fucking good.
same applies with Dark Ranger, in my opinion. Like, some games, it's just, like, unstoppable. Other games, you're not even worried about it.
Now we've got breakers on lane 3 for both players, of course. At this point, when we say lane 3, just assume we're talking about both players.
Oh, we have the belt on highs, though.
Yeah, and he's going to get his level 2 here, so he actually gets his cleave. Makes that belt put in a lot more work.
Ghouls too. Into the ghouls.
Yeah. Right, but we've got this hippo split now from VT. But the Beastmaster summons a fucking air unit. How stupid is that?
How many skeletons are we going to get here? That's
What does this hero not do?
1,
Oh,
2,
2. Okay,
Okay.
so there's 3. And the breakers will make them
3.
also.
4. There you get 5.
Oh, and we got a level. So there's
6.
level 2 bear next wave.
This is
I don't know, would you
absolutely
take level 2
brutal.
bear or level 2 hawk?
Bear. Always bear.
Especially in this situation too.
Man, those
'Cause he's got the
guards.
spell breakers, right?
Yeah, Taco can't
Right.
They're not
handle these
upgraded, so you
guards
wanna
at
get
all.
the bears.
Those guards are just taking his back line. He needs, let's see, what else?
Orb on
Yeah,
his
I
crypt
wouldn't
is
do any more
probably the
dryads.
easiest way. If I was Taco, I'm starting to think about moving my Crypt Lord to the bottom, because you can see Graf's Gargs are positioned at the bottom, smacking an orb on him. And that way the Gargs should just be pretty busy hitting the Crypt Lord, which they are not good at killing.
Right. Oh, we see Taco's building some guards in response, so this is the mirror match for sure.
I think it's too late though to get the gargoyles at this point.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
He's
I
too
think
far
you're going to be
behind.
so
Get
many
get
Gargs
something else.
behind.
It's a waste of money at this point. I think get the
The
orb.
orb would have
instead.
been better.
Yeah.
Because he's, like you said, he's already outnumbered. It's not like he's going to catch up if they both keep building guards. That's an uphill battle all day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, that's a level 1 bear and a level 2 hawk. Interesting.
Interesting.
See, and you.
I think I
Apparently
would have
not
gotten level
always
2
bear.
bear because of the spell breakers, right? Because then because the hawk can't hit the spell breakers.
I just value the HP on the bear, but I don't know, fair enough. I mean, the hawk is good.
Well, it's the HP and the armor on the bear. Like, oh my gosh.
You know what though? Maybe he's thinking I'm gonna get the air so that way like the bear doesn't kill off what I need to make the skeletons.
Very true. I would rather have
Some
more skeletons than a
big
level
brain
2
thoughts
bear.
there. Big brain thoughts there.
The carrion swarm is just getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, and then poor Boat once again has to resort to getting archers in order to kill the lane 2 air. Oh my god, it's a repeat of last game.
Oh, and then he's. Oof.
Oh, he's got the mountain giants already going.
Yeah, so it's too late for him to really start building his pit lord in response. Like, oh, poor guy.
Okay, so checking these mines just one more time. So we've got Corn at 2, Rafts at 2, Heinz at 1. Everybody on the left side's at 1.
I haven't quite gone
When-
as crazy this game.
Well, the question though is, because it's only 11 and a half minutes in. Like, when they take this watchtower, does Corn go for the 3rd mine?
We might see it. That
I think it
Beastmaster
would
level
depend
4
on
now.
the steam they get built.
Because I mean,
What does
he's just
their
carrying
stack look
through
like when it goes down?
his army. He's just making skeletons with his army. Yeah, seeing these gargoyles are just dying to Corn.
Yeah.
We still don't
Raffens
have
is,
an orb on the crypts.
We have
I
a
mean,
gem,
is
though.
he? But is he hoping
no.
that the dryads and his 3 gargs are enough to take out his garg? I mean,
I think he just
Maybe
thinks
he's
he,
just relying on Boat to do it. Maybe he's like, Boat will clean up the air. I'm just
Like,
gonna
why-
focus on the
I
ground.
think he's worried that he's just
We have a 3rd
facing
mine.
too
We
much
have a 3rd mine in
ground.
Corn.
Too many skeletons from Khorne, that if he gets an orb, he might actually just lose to Red's army. Which, honestly,
We heard about the
he
3rd mine,
might.
right? Not to talk over you, but we heard about the 3rd mine, right?
We
Oh
are
my
loving these
goodness.
gold mines here. Right.
Just corn this time. So far,
Yeah, so
3
far.
mines.
That's the correct wording. So far.
At 12, 13 minutes, whatever.
So if we're west, how are we thinking about coming back? BT's
don't
tier
know.
3, got his hippo archers. But, you know, this is the powerful thing about Talons. You can be on tier 2 and you don't really care about most of the air too much. You just got a 100 gold button that, is pretty good at just handling that. Wonder if maybe, Taco can potentially stack up with a high number of necros, but those hawks, they are picking them apart because the hawks obviously can't hit the dryads, so
Right.
they just go straight for the necros.
I wonder if, going back to your idea of moving the Crypt Lord, right, and putting an orb on him, if that would potentially help at all. At this point, like,
At
it
this
should have been
point,
done
I don't.
2 waves earlier, but like if he did it now, like, would it kind of maybe keep some of his stuff alive to hopefully stack up with Boat, like a couple dryads or something? Which I'm not loving the dryads.
I think it's too late, honestly.
I think it's too late.
Yeah.
One
I
got
mean,
a
it
second
definitely
hero.
wouldn't hurt. It needs to be done either way, but I mean, it's not going to dictate the outcome of the next wave.
This one feels quite difficult because there's big leaks every single wave.
Like almost whole armies, yeah.
Mm.
And that's what really messes you up, because then you have to address the wave that you're cleaning up. You have to, because if you don't clean it fast enough, then there's a stack. So then you start splitting your army into different waves, and that's where it becomes really difficult to come back.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Especially in mirror matches like this, like, my goodness.
Yeah, Khorne got his level 5 Beastmaster. Second hero is a Paladin, which is
Yeah.
not incredible when you're pushing, but generally a pretty strong hero. And one of those melee heroes that will be able to level up, even later on like this, just because of his Divine Shield. So we will be able to stay alive long enough to get a decent amount of XP each wave.
Yeah, he's got to move that Crypt Lord because it's just dying instantly to this Beastmaster.
Yeah, this
It's not
Beastmaster is
leveling at all.
unkillable at the moment. It is surviving, which
Yeah.
is
So, like, I wonder if he had moved it, if he would have
disgusting.
at least gotten to level 4. Because he's, like, so close.
The Beastmaster is really, like, the Beastmaster with the Orb of Darkness is really putting the game on its back. See a third mine from Graph, third mine from Highs. So these guys really like to, if they sort of stabilize in a winning position, it looks like they really like getting their third mine.
Just sinking the nail in the coffin, really, if you think about it. I mean, this is the second time we've seen it. They've been winning at a good pace, or, you know, had a lot of momentum. Why not cement it even more? Why not?
This is one of those things, if you don't have, like, a lot of siege, or if you don't have the TC or Death Knight to actually really get to the fortress every wave, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe you do just want to scale, get more gold.
Yeah, and Khorne still has units alive. And he's coming back out. He's still
It's kind of disgusting.
sailing going.
Yeah, it's never a good day when you're seeing the timer on units there.
Yeah, Shade is the only one that's allowed. I think it's got to be on Taco and these Necros. I don't think there's another lane that has any chance of causing a stack. And I think it might have to be this wave as well, because next wave we start thinking about a level 6 Beastmaster.
That's going to be a problem.
But I mean, it's maybe happening here. There are a few of these Necros still alive.
Yeah, I don't think they have the mana, though.
And a couple are getting picked off by these gargoyles now as well. But still, I mean, it's something.
All right,
When you don't have much, something has to be good enough.
Those destroyers are going to eat.
Those Destros are
Both
rough
lanes
indeed.
have them, too. Both lanes have them.
Yeah, there's just not enough money for both. You have to feel like in most of these games he's been, or at least in this game and the previous one, he's been in the spot that can maybe actually push out in this instance with a bit of a stack, but just like not quite enough. You know, maybe if he has 4 belts on that Pit Lord instead of 1, you know, just give him like 800 gold for free, right? It's fine. Maybe. But yeah, that's the Beastmaster 6. And are we going to see the Stampede? Impale just got used, so it can't be cancelled. And
He's
yeah,
going to drop
there's
to
the
the bottom
Stampede.
of the aggro table. Oh my. Oh my
That's
goodness. Is he going to get the
potentially quite a
stun?
nasty one. Oh, second Impale.
There it is. Woo!
Crypt Lord did quite well in that fight, but you know, there's still some stuff left over from Khorne, and Teal's not losing much in this fight. Not a lot left over for a boat here.
The Pit Lord's just wandering. Oh.
Starting to think that this one is a bit of a foregone conclusion.
I don't know. I've seen some wild comebacks before.
This one feels very difficult though. Especially with all the gold
Oh,
mines.
100%. Well, I'm going to do a gold mine check now that you mentioned that.
333.
Yeah.
Still a 3, yeah.
Where are we at on west side? 2, 2, and 1. Oh, we still have 1 on boat.
That was a good last flame strike from BT there. It did put in some work, but Gorn's army is... Gorn's Beastmaster is very strong. I don't even know if his army matters.
So
I don't know,
where...
that Frostworm's doing some work. He matters.
Alright,
know?
fair enough. It's a
Yeah.
Beastmaster and a Frostworm, just sell the rest.
Where did this game turn? I'm trying to think back. Was it when Graf
It was that first Dark Orb.
Dargs came out?
Nah, it was
I
that
think what
first
turned
Dark Orb.
was when the Beastmaster
yes.
had the Darkness Orb too, and he was just making skeletons, right? So like he just kept making armies, basically.
And we have
Yeah.
on
His
Graph.
wave was really
Recover.
strong, and then Graf's wave was really
Yeah.
strong on Tacos, and they were both like very strong on the same like round.
Yes. So just a snowball effect happened.
Yep.
And we have the Endurance Aura on Graph's Dreadlord now as well. Iser's Bloodlusted Pitlord is popping off.
You know, I think that's so interesting because for like whenever I've played, I was always told it's better to gamble on the hero instead of just getting the aura items so soon because you could get that hero, right?
Yeah,
Very
maybe,
interesting.
down with
maybe
that
they're
for
sort of
sure.
thinking that all we need to close out this game is a little bit of move speed. So like, why would I gamble when I can just buy a little bit of move speed and win?
Because I like gambling.
Gambling is more fun. These guys are
It
kind
is
of
totally more
tryhards though, hey? Oh, and that's another stampede.
Especially like, why not gamble? You have 3 mines. You've got the time to do it. You
You
know.
have 3 mines, you've already gambled.
So why not get the hero? Why not keep testing the luck? I mean, it's
But
on your
yeah,
side.
Korn with that stampede is, I think, would straight up beat Taco's army. So this is gonna be... It's gonna be some damage on the fortress. I'm not sure if it'll quite be the end.
Nah, I don't think this will end it yet. Ooh, I don't know.
That Infernal drop might just change that. Because that was a nasty
Yep.
one. Right in the middle of the back line there. It's
We
basically
got this Pit Lord
Pit Lord and not
fighting
much
for
else.
his life. Fighting for his life.
Doing work too.
But
He is.
Pies is all the way at the back here,
Ooh,
so he's not
Infernal
really going to
big
get much
slapping him.
time to hit the fortress.
Oh, look at that Pit Lord go. He's like, no, not today. Oh, and there's a priest. There's a
wow,
little priest to
that's
help
what
him.
it was. The priest.
Oh.
So yeah, not quite the end yet, but you know, this fortress doesn't regenerate. You can't be taking damage on that.
No. Not now, at least. Especially when you haven't taken the watchtower.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
I
God,
see a
they're
flame
so
strike
far
from the
behind in
Pit Lord?
gold.
Rain
No,
of
I
Fire.
think that was the
that
Pit
was
Lord's
Doomguard.
alt. Yeah, it
Oh,
was the
that
Doom.
was his.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gold mine check real quick. All right. So
No,
they
they're
got
trying to
some
close that
class.
out.
There's still 3 mines.
I think this wave might be the end of it with Graph coming. Yeah,
Oh, he did gamble on the hero, but he did not get a great one for the situation he's in. Got a Blade
not a
Master.
Death Knight.
No. Or a TC.
I mean, the TC would just be a bit of a punish. Don't really want to spend $590 on an ore and then get the TC.
Well, like that's what I'm talking about, like with the whole gambling. Like, could you
Yeah.
imagine like you just buy that and then you roll a TC? It's like, well, all right, you know. Whoops.
Yes, I'll sell it. Or you just keep it.
I think at that point, like, why just sell it? Because you already have it. You know what I mean? Put that money
Oh,
towards something
you're
else.
you're only keeping it to just like shame yourself. Yeah, I gotta feel like this one's on its way out. Because
Yeah.
this Beastmaster's got ult up for this spawn.
Let that Hitler go. Just
Panda from VT, but
crush him.
it is surviving. It is getting
not
XP.
gonna-
Oh,
It's a good
we're
hero,
gonna
but
toggle this all. We're gonna
got some
toggle the
lust.
stampede.
it's interesting.
comes,
We've
right?
still got the Orb of Darkness on the Beastmaster. Doesn't really matter, but
There's the
Stickler on
stampede.
them orb timing.
oh, this Stampede does not look nice.
Oof.
Those impales have been
but again,
really
cancel.
clutch. Really,
They
really
have.
clutch
Oh,
impales.
Oh man.
But I think Graph coming up with this speed aura might just be it here. It's 100 HP on the fortress, and the Infernal drops right on top of it. So that'll be that. That is yeah, there we go. That is 2-1 up for the High Council, which is Corn Graph highs.
Oh my gosh, look at Corn's damage too. Oof.
The Beastmaster from Corn
In the
was
gold. Oh my
very
gosh,
nasty.
the gold. Oh man.
Right, that was game 3, so let's jump into game 4. Same story, we'll pause at 24, 25 seconds or so. Alright, I'm at 25.
Hold on,
I'm still
sorry.
loading in.
Yeah, all good.
Same as you.
I don't have a supercomputer.
I'm just slow. I've got that boomer APM.
Big fan of Graph's role here.
Hold on, I'm almost there. 24, right?
Hold on.
Yeah, 25, but same difference.
All right, give me a second.
All right, I am there.
Are we ready? 3,
Yeah, I'm there
2,
too.
1. Alright. So, game
We got
4
more
in the
grunts.
series.
Oh, I'm sorry. I talked over you.
No,
Whoops.
no, all good. Game 4 in the series. The High Council, 2-1 up in this best of 5. Have a grunt for Corn. Have a grunt for Graph. Always feels good to get grunt. VT this time also opening with a grunt. I think it might be VT's first grunt this series, so I imagine he's going to be
VT's
happy about
probably
that.
over there. It's finally something. VT not having the best luck these series.
No, he played an excellent game 1 though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, ships in the night, and
was
Red's
further
going to
back?
take the money.
Oh yep.
So there's going to be a Red Grunt survives longer, so East team gets the middle gold. Okay, we've got a hero opener from Graph, or he's thinking about it at least, and we got a tech from Taco. Late tech. But that's okay. They were both happy to skip. We've got a hero from Highs against a hero from Boat. So that'll be interesting. Lane 1 at least, probably the first few waves might just be down to that hero RNG, or they might just get the exact same hero again. Panda for Boat,
They get the same hero again.
and Blood Mage for Highs. I would rather have the Panda.
Same.
Oh yeah, all day.
That being said, if the Blood Mage can manage to actually stack up and, potentially survive a full extra wave, the XP can get out of control. But yeah, early on that Blood Mage has no chance. Right, now we got Archmage for Khorne with his Water Elemental, as you do, against the
love that
Naga
hero.
from VT.
Now with the Archmage, do you prefer Elemental or Blizzard? Personally,
Early on,
I always go
Elemental.
Blizzard first.
I mean, I think Elemental's just arguably stronger early on like this. It's just about whether you think you can get the levels to scale up and get Blizzard Aura, which is going to be better a bit later.
Well, you say early on. This is what, second send or first send?
I think even
that
like
Blizzard
3 or 4. I
starts-
think even 3 or 4 waves.
okay,
I'd rather have
that
a
Blizzard
couple of
starts
elementals
getting
than a
pretty
level 1
strong.
Blizzard. So I'm personally a fan of like elemental into Blizzard into Aura into Blizzard. But yeah, it depends when you get the Archmage. Obviously, the later you get it, the worse it is. And we see Windwalk from Graffin's Beastmaster
What? Was this,
Oh,
was this a
boy.
mistake or was
all
this done
over
on
the
purpose?
fucking shop.
What is going on?
We see these
I wonder if it was a
double Dragon
misclick.
Hawk leaked.
Maybe it was a misclick.
I doubt it.
What do
No,
you
I'm
mean
going
you
with
doubt it?
misclick. I'm going
I'm
with
gonna go with
misclick.
misclick. There's no way.
I think he wanted Windwalk.
Right? For what?
I don't know. He went
Fun.
Windwalk with a Corruption Orb. What are you doing? That was a misclick, man. I'm telling you.
There's no way. Graf loves his orc. He loves a bit of fun.
You know what though? Maybe in their mind they're like, you know what, this is it. Let's just have some fun with this.
Maybe. But yeah, he's got the orb and he's got a headhunter against these couple of Dragonhawks. But I'll tell you what, this is an interesting build from Taco. Dragonhawks into 4 Necros.
Right. I think that BT got these Spirit Walkers too soon. I think he should have kept going with the grunts.
I think one more wave of grunts.
I agree.
Run
Or
out,
maybe-
run action.
I could say that. These
One
walkers
less
are
Spirit
really good
Walker.
against red though, so I can understand him wanting to pick them up. Maybe one wave too early, but
I think it was one wave too early. I think you got to get a couple more grunts in there, and then you switch.
they are a
Definitely
great
need
unit
that
for him
meat.
though.
Yeah.
So can these Necros stay alive and stack up? Because I'll tell you what, this Orb of Corruption, not good at killing skeletons, but this Windwalk Blade
So I
Master
think the
into the
Necros are
back
too early.
line.
I
Windwalk
think it's
Blade
too early for the
Master into the
Necros.
back line. It was kind of good there.
That was pretty clutch. Man, I still think it was a mistake.
It's pretty
I
goofy.
hope it was a mistake. But it's interesting to watch it happen, right?
Look at that Flame Strike. Wasn't the best. Wasn't worst either, though.
Because like
Isn't
here's
bad,
the
and
thing.
this panda will get picked off here.
Going back to Taco, like, what if Taco didn't have these Necros? Because, like, low-key, I think it's too soon for the Necros, but that's just me. What if he had gotten the hero instead, right? Like, then I think he'd have a better chance against that.
I think if
Well,
he can get these
But if
Necros
he
stacking,
didn't get a squishy hero,
I think if he can
But
get these
then maybe
Necros
this is where you
stacking,
build
it'll be
back,
nice.
right?
I want to see Taco
build
build back. Yep, I
Yeah.
agree. But maybe VT's
Because
just
you have
winning
the
this
Blade
fight because
Master, it
these
doesn't have the
walkers now.
images.
I think
doesn't have the
VT's
images,
winning
so
his
you can
fight
win.
now though. Because these walkers have, with a couple more grunts added and that one talon, these walkers are really, really strong.
that Talon was effective. That Fairy Fire is so strong.
Yeah. And I mean, Naga will beat the hell out of Archmage any day.
Oh, yeah. How long does she live?
Yeah, the Naga surviving with the mana shield, getting probably
Wow.
half a level of XP here. It's
The
quite
win
nice for
lock
VT.
there.
Ah. But I'll tell you what, if these Necros aren't really on Taco's side of the map, stacking up or under the tower, they are completely useless against this Blade Master. They will never kill it.
Yeah, I needed the hero. Especially with the idea that like he had Windwalk right away, right? So even if you got a squishy hero, like you had a chance to, you know, maybe outlevel him a little bit later on.
First attempt at a hippo split by highs didn't really do much from this time.
Interesting how the
Timing
archers
was
gave up
just
on
like
it too. They were like, no, forget it.
Well, they were already engaged in fight pretty much. They won't pull off of a target to go after hippos. You have to like get it before they start attacking. They could come back and sack here. A lot of grunts, but then VT's got it. VT's ready to handle this, I think.
AT is
I don't know. I'm
pretty good
loving
at
the
killing
toggling
grunts.
happening though. Like corn toggling right now. I'm here for it.
I think VT is getting the better of this lane at the moment.
Yeah, he's definitely got steam building. He just has to maintain it now.
Right, Taco got his hero out. Got a Keeper of the Grove. Generally not the hero you're thinking is your number one pick.
Yeah, I don't see the keeper. I'm like, all right, he's gonna save me. No, not as my first hero in this situation. No way.
I'll tell you what, though, I didn't mind the idea of these Necros if we were going to try and stack them, but it's not going
But there's
well
no
at the
front line
moment.
to stack them. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing to protect them. I think maybe if Taco builds back.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he
And
can
these
try to stack up. Because Oat has like a good, army that could stack with him, and then you've got the Huntresses in the front to protect the Necros.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Boat's doing really well. Like, he's getting damaged, and he's still, either winning or just losing. I think these 3 archers, 2 archers, 1 archer.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she
Double
did it.
down.
But obviously it doesn't get across.
Considering he was damaged, he's done well. Alright, we got some Gargs from BT now. I like that. It'll just pick off the casters at the back.
In the back line, yup.
I like that too.
Good call there. That's just him keeping his momentum going. That's good.
And these Spellbreakers, while they are good against all the casters of VT, Korn has
He
to
just
kill the
doesn't have
grunts.
enough yet.
The grunts and, the Naga can put some damage on them too. Alright, this has got to be enough for Taco to win this wave. This is a pretty big stack here. Yeah, there we go. Blade goes down. Phew. Right, so that hopefully puts West team, Purple getting this sort of quote-unquote free wave here, hopefully really helps them back.
Ooh, that was almost an awesome flame strike.
Actually might have been, because I'm now worried, is Bloke going to be fighting under the tower?
He is.
He is, because those Necros did not get turned off.
Oh, and we're going to focus the Panda. We're going to focus on the Panda.
Yeah, but he's still okay. Got that level 3 breath, and just, it does a lot of damage. See this statue staying on, because both VT and Korn are all the way at the back.
I think Korn's in kind of a bad spot here. He's in trouble.
Korn cannot handle these gargoyles right at the moment.
VT should not go overboard with those gargoyles though. That's going to be easy. But then again, they're also working against Graph's wave also with the Spirit Walkers. So if he can keep doing what he's doing and it works for another send or two, maybe why not?
Yeah, they're good at the moment. I agree, you don't want to go too hard. I think 4 is a good number, just 2 on each side. Because 1 on each side and you start to run into issues where if a priest heals whatever the Garg is attacking, you're really not killing it very quickly at all.
But then again, I mean, he is in a good position right now because, like I said, it's working. The Gargs are working on his wave and against Graph's waves. Why would he not invest heavier? You think 4 is the magic number? If it were me, I'd do 4 more. Fuck it. It's
I
working.
quite like 4. I think they start to lose effectiveness at some point. It's just good when it's...
I agree. The more you
just
get,
not-
the more dangerous it is too, because you don't know if they have tanks.
Yeah.
Kind of goes into that gamble though, like because if it works and they don't have tanks, and that's a big play in my opinion.
Yeah,
Just what if they
Taco...
fall off though.
Taco again now though, just not able to kill this Blade Master, and this is a level 5.5 Blade Master. That
Walking
should
around
not
invised.
have been allowed.
Ooh, that flame strike. Oh, but the hero just got
got the-
completely sniped. There's the
tank,
tanks. Yep.
See?
You know what, Garg isn't the worst versus tanks with the stone form. Like, yeah, they'll get killed, but it'll make that tank spend a lot of time hitting Garg. So
You know,
I think
also
if I'm
Blizzard-
VT, I'm pretty happy about that. Like I've seen the tanks. I know about the tanks. I don't need to, I can make sure I'm building appropriately for that. Nice and early on.
Definitely. Check our mine situation. West side's all 1 still. And then Graph is 2.
AT's got his first robe on the Naga. Level 5 Naga. This Naga's doing quite well.
It's a lot of skeletons here, but I think the Griffins are definitely under the tower and have no problem cleaning this up.
It is a lot of damage though. And, Boat's got a lot of archers. He's quite good at killing these Griffins at the moment. Eventually they'll start being more of a problem
Right.
as the game goes later, but at the moment he's quite comfortable killing them. And this should be the tower.
Obviously losing tower.
3 tanks of corn now. Going pretty heavy into that.
That was a pretty big commit right off the rip for 4 Gargs. I feel
Yeah,
like
maybe he's just thinking they're a pretty decent frontline option, but that's a lot of grunts on VT. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Grunts will tear apart the tank without too much problem. Yeah, triple robe on this Naga now. So that Naga does a lot of damage and is difficult to kill with the mana shield.
The blizzard's just not enough to deal with all the grunts yet. I'd like to see some sort of debuff or something if he's got it in his roll there. From Corn. But you're right, VT's just pushing. That Naga. Look at it. Oh my gosh.
We're saving a lot of money too. A lot of money's being saved.
One is?
Yeah, he's got 500. Oh,
Yeah, there
he's
he
making
goes.
chims. Making chims.
And the Gargs will take those down for now, but obviously VT can't get 20 Gargs with the tanks up.
No, he's...
Yeah.
And then with the Chim out, the Gargs are no longer going to be taking out Corn's backline. I think Corn's going to push VT really hard next send.
I think he is too.
You reckon with just one gem? I don't think so. I think this Naga is unkillable.
I don't know, man. The Chim is going to change the targeting of the Gargs. And he's got the 3 tanks, if they all live. We'll see here.
And he's got the 1 tank. Yeah. But it's doing good. I think
Yeah, he's not going to push this.
I'm
with
still
this.
most worried about lane 2. like this Blademaster is level 6. I know Bladestorm's not good, but you know, the Blademaster is pretty strong.
He's got
And I
those
still think
talents, too.
Taco has super low damage. Like, you look at his roll, it's Necros, a Keeper, 4 Dragonhawks, 2 Griffins, and some Footmen. It's very, very low damage. It's really only the
Oh
Griffins
yeah.
that I consider actual damage dealing units. And we have the Bladestorm from Graffins, which is
Hmm.
kind of a meme spell, I think, but
Do we think this is another misclick, or do you think he just like? I don't know. It's
tell
so
you what though,
interesting.
that Naga is doing so much damage to Graf's army. Yeah, it's a big problem.
Oh, he's got 3 robes on it. My goodness. Now, would you opt for the 4th robe or just throw a
I'm getting an orb every day of the week.
Same.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, I was talking a bit of shit about Taco's army, but completely cleaned highs here.
Lemon said it before, like sometimes
Yeah.
just the random shit put together like works.
Sometimes, man.
I was worried about his army not having damage, but I was more so not having damage against Blademaster Grunt than it was against, you know, Huntress Griffin.
I don't know how Corn's gonna get out of this one. Like, he just barely cleaned this up.
Yeah, he's still on a 1 gold mine as well, which is not a bad decision in this spot, I don't think. But you know that doesn't give you more options in the later game.
Expensive units, though. Like, he needs
Yeah.
a second mine because he's getting tanks and chimps.
Yeah, it's hard to afford that.
Mm-hmm.
That Naga is just slicing.
And those Talons are really, like, just removing a lot of the air from Graf, and he needs
That's
his
how
air.
Taco's doing it. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's a good team.
And those Giants now will be, like, really, really good for him. Just keep those Necros up, keep that back line up a lot longer. That is a level 6 Keeper, and with his army, the Keeper ult is really good. Not going to do a ton here, because a lot of his army was already cleaned up, but, I mean, yeah, it's still worth using it.
Definitely, because the Tranquility, that's one that can be used every wave.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Can Corn hold this?
Sure, this level 5.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasted the Panda wasted the breath on the Phoenix Egg, which is lucky for Corn, because that breath does a lot. Level 3.
Wow. Now we got the Naga coming up. Whew.
We're starting to see Tor and some VT now as well. He's obviously got the Spirit Walker to bring him back, so it makes sense. And yeah, with if these tanks of Khorne keep getting cleaned up, like these Gargs and Talons will deal with Chimeras all day. It's just the tanks that really put the threat on the Khorne vs VT matchup, but at the moment they're not able to live. But we have a Tauren Chieftain from Graffins.
And we have a lot more Wind Riders this time around.
Very true. Very true. Way more units lived. But is it enough?
Oh, the
We have the Blademaster in the back line.
I don't know. I mean, this is good. This is a good one.
Windwalk Blademaster just killed a bunch of Necros.
Oh,
the Tranquility saved his wave there.
Oh, and there's going to be a bit of a hippo split now, though, on Boat's army. That's scary.
Will the Keeper survive? That's if they can get that Keeper survive. Nah, no way.
No, he's dead. No question about it.
Level 6
Well, that
Panda
just hit 6. That's big. Yeah, Boat's going to push back for sure here.
Let's see if Boat keeps track of his statue there,
He's got
keeps
a
it
meat
up.
wagon too going.
At this point, I would try to get another statue also for just the healing, because what is it, like 12 on the statue? 6 or 12 or something like that? The unit cap.
I don't know what the cap is. Yeah, it's probably worth thinking about. But yeah, again, there's one tank on 20 health left. Korn needs these tanks if he's ever going to push VT. I think at this point
But he
it's
doesn't have the money though. He needs a
yeah.
second mine. Or he needed the second mine a while ago. It's
I
just
think
such an
at
expensive
the
army.
moment, if East Team High Council is going to come back, I don't think it's going to be Korn's wave. I think it might have to be this TC.
Definitely. The only way Korn can come back against VT is with some help.
Some sort of stacking. Yeah.
This level 3 TC, just as the Blade dings level 8. This Blade Master has done well. Normally not a very good hero.
Oh, but he's
and
got
to
a
be,
Shadow Hunter. We have a Shadow Hunter from Taco.
oh, that is that's a
A
good
lot
hero.
of heals.
Oh,
Shadow is
heal
incredible.
and the, oh.
But I don't know. This Blade it's hard to kill.
And he's only got one health pendant on it.
Mm.
Gem of health.
Because he's always invisible.
Good point. But his images don't go invisible.
No, they don't.
Look at
No.
that. Just a wall of Blade Masters.
Oh.
Seeing
This
this
Blade
win
Master
walk
in the
has
back line,
changed
like-
my opinion on it.
It's
No.
done
I think
really well
I think
this
he got
game.
lucky. Don't do that to yourself. I think he got lucky.
I don't know. Like, it's working here. I'm watching
But
it
here,
work.
look at his army composition, right? Like because of his army composition and how people are playing, I think
I think
it
it's
worked
more
out.
of a case of Taco's has quite low damage against heroes, so he has a really hard time killing the hero. More so than Windwalk being incredible, but it has done really well for him
that
this
makes
game.
sense.
We
That
can
makes
see on the
sense.
even fight, Korn vs VT, when Korn gets to keep these tanks, it's really hard for VT to kill the gyms, because he needs Gargs and his Talons, both of which will get mulched by the tanks.
That might have been what they needed. They've shifted what they're fighting now.
But Taco on his side of the map is very strong with the Keeper, the Necros, the Witch Docks. Very tanky army, a lot of healing. Really good at stacking with his allies. But a bit weaker at
especially
actually
right at the
pushing.
tower as well. You're right, yeah.
But we'll see if he can't actually stack, he kind of just lets the opponent stack. And again, and I guess that that Tauren Chieftain from Graffin's, level 4.5, that really reduces the amount of time you get. I'll tell you what, I haven't seen this Panda ult yet. I would have really liked to see it here, but he got a crit by the Blade Master and just taken out.
And there's all them Wind Riders still left behind. I would still be going Wind Riders at this point if I were Graf. I mean, they're still
much
alive
damage gonna
after.
happen.
Sure,
These
this
Wind
is a lot
Riders.
of fortress damage here. But VT is pretty strong, and this Naga is really tanky.
But we have a weakened VT going against a Korn with all of his tanks. I think this is... He's going to just walk right through VT again, and then tanks
He will,
are
but you gotta
clear up
remember,
on the,
Korn is at the back, so he's not going to get a lot of time to hit this tower,
Oh,
if
true. He didn't
anything
move
can
up.
survive.
He didn't move up.
This Naga, yeah, 100 health, but it might just be enough just to stop the tanks immediately hitting the base. And then Taco
Oh,
under
man.
base. Taco under base, if anything is going to save them, it's going to be that. Because his army is so tanky.
If Korn had moved up all of those shims to the front,
Yeah, it might have been it.
I think it would have been it.
Yeah, Taco's going to fight Graf under base now. And crucially, the base will reveal the invisible Blade Master. I'm like kind
Just
of
take him
joking,
out.
but kind of not.
Yeah, he's out.
Like, this is
we
a
have a little stack going
lot
too.
of backline. It's a lot of Necros alive, a lot of backline.
Wow, they got a pretty good stat going here.
Both heroes.
He's got a
Came
top
out
of
of
that
it.
statue.
Both heroes. This keeper has an orb.
Yeah, toggle the statue, please, and build another one, homie.
The air is a little bit hard to kill, but this panda's still alive, and we've got to see the panda ult here. Where's the panda ult?
No.
Have we not skilled
I
it?
wonder. That's what I was just about. Just going. What level is he? Just 6. So that's got to be breath and crit.
I'm surprised. I quite like the panda ult. I'm a big fan of skilling that.
Oh yeah, it can get him out of a jam and like cause him to go into the next wave as well. The little golem panda from the ultimate is super tough. Like all of them really are.
VT's talons
The
are
fire
bouncing
one?
here. Can't have that. Oh, that was rough. I think if those talons just didn't come up again for that last chimera, I think he might have been okay here.
Looks like Korn's got starting with knights here to deal with the giants from Taco.
Oh, but look at this. This is Graf with a level 5 TC and Unholy Aura. So he's full zooming, so if they win any fight, they are going so quick. Yeah, this is... I
It's
feel
on
like
a
the stack
timer
is going to
now.
do it.
It's 100% on a timer now.
Oh, he killed the TC though, that's big because it wasn't quite level 6. Yeah, must
Why is the panda not ulting? Like, I keep watching this.
must not have skilled it, but yeah,
He doesn't.
I
How do you
he
not
must
skill
not.
that on the panda?
I'm not sure. I like the
That's
panda
like
ult,
just
I
like-
would skill that.
It's like saving grace, right? Like, the minute you hit the 6, you, like, spam the key, right?
Yeah, that is a level
how
10
I play
Archmage
it.
from Korn. Who does have 2 mines now.
Maybe something's wrong. There's no way that boat wouldn't skill that. He would totally skill that.
I don't know, I don't know why
I
else
would
it wouldn't
think
be
so,
going.
but then again, I don't know.
Yeah, no, because, like, you have we seen him all?
No,
I
the
haven't
panda
seen
hasn't
the panda
ulted this
ult,
I
guy.
keep asking myself, maybe I'm looking at the wrong spot, or I'm like looking away for a second. Maybe I have bad eyesight.
Man.
Glass.
Chim's coming in. Bought some time though.
Again, Taco under base. I'm gonna keep harping on about it. You know, this shadow
Can
just hits
Taco
4.
get the Shadow Hunter to 6? Can
He
they
can't-
wait or
He
survive
can't
that
ult
long?
the shadow under the base though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh,
here, is,
yeah,
like, once
because
you hit
then it-
6, then it
yeah,
becomes a
that's
real
right.
gamble. If you do it wrong, then it doesn't matter what you got.
Yeah, but this Tauren Chieftain is just putting so much pressure on that. Yeah, Taco's great at fighting under the base, but
Level
this
6,
Tauren just
this is
makes
it.
there's so little
This
time.
has gotta be it. All the Wind Riders pretty much survived.
Here's Boat with his panda.
God, honestly, and if they if they clean up these Wind Riders fast enough and everything moves forward, okay, never mind. But that
got
that
the
Tauren
split.
Tauren can potentially kill a 300 health base. Maybe not without
Gonna get the
items,
split
but
again.
it's
Oh
dangerous.
man.
That's a very nasty split.
Oh,
That's
wow.
all the hunts just
He
gone.
still did quite a bit of damage there to Highs though.
I need to see this panda ult. Come on.
I don't think
He's
got it.
definitely got to have it now. Like what there had.
We haven't seen it though. He's been 6 for a while now. Where is it?
Must be skilling everything else. I don't know. I think the panda ult's great.
He's level 8.
You need
He
it.
should definitely have it by now.
That's odd. I'm not sure.
You go from 1 to 3. You know what I mean?
I don't
You need
imagine
numbers
it would
here.
be a bug because I would think that they would remake if it was a bug, or at least there'd be some chat about it that we could see. But yeah, I don't know. That is
Weird.
really odd though.
Maybe
Just
he doesn't
look at
have
Graf's army. It's so fucking quick.
It's really like Wind Riders and
Yeah.
the grunts. Like
You know,
the
Graf-
power of the TC is just insane. The
It
auras
really
alone.
is. And stacking with this Kodo, with this level 10 Archmage, this is gonna do it.
Yep, because the TC hasn't even died at this point, so Heinz's army is also going to have those auras.
Yeah.
True.
We got Shockwave on that
Okay,
TC as well.
Still no alt from this panda. This panda is really upsetting me. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know if it would have
Like,
changed the game, but got to feel like that panda ulting a couple of times would have been potentially very strong,
Maybe.
but it did not, and that's the game. So
That's 3,
that
right?
is
Yeah.
victory for the High Council, 3-1, and look at that damage from Graph.
Oh my
That
gosh.
is impressive.
So much.
That was a bit of a Blademaster carry, which is not something you really ever say, but that Blademaster did bloody well.
Blade-Master.
Windwalk.
Windwalk
Yeah,
with the
at
alt
that.
Blade-Master carry.
It's kind of
No mean
upsetting,
build.
but honestly, it's impressive. So good on him. Can't say much about it. But yeah, so those will be that's the series between the High Council and Just Roll Beastmaster. So a 3-1 victory for the High Council. So Just Roll Beastmaster will now play in the loser bracket semi-final. They'll play against A Good Time in a best of 5. The winner of that series will go on to the grand final and play High Council. So High Council has locked their place in the grand final. So next series will determine who gets to face them to decide the winner. So yeah, cheers very much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Join the Team OZE Discord if you like. I'm sure the links are somewhere around this Twitch channel or in the description of the Direct Strike map. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, join up, come say hi, come play some games, and catch you in the next one. Cheers.